Hello everybody and welcome to Torontopia. This is a continued walk along Toronto's central waterfront in the East Bayfront district. This is one of the newer parts of Toronto. Right there you see George Brown College, Chorus Entertainment right beside it. So we're continuing to take a walk along the waterfront and check out the city of Toronto and how things are changing. As you know, Toronto's been going through a hard time with COVID-19. People are just starting to come out. Things are starting to, things haven't opened up yet, but they're going to be opening up soon because the numbers are starting to go down, the hospitalizations, now that people have been, half of the people in Canada have been vaccinated with at least their first vaccine. So here we are just passing George Brown College. And we are at Sherburne Park, checking out all the new developments in the area and seeing all the faces, just walking around enjoying the city. These are all condos straight ahead. They're all brand new condos. This whole area within the last couple of years is just all brand new. Used to be all industry, and that's all gone. Now it's going to be mostly condos and retail, as well as parks. You got Sherburne Common right here. That's the major park in the neighborhood. It's been pretty quiet for the last couple of months in Toronto, and today was the really first nice day, around 20 degrees Celsius, nice and sunny. So we're definitely heading into that summer kind of vibe. Things are going to get a lot more animated once all the stores and restaurants in the area start to open up. Things are coming in slowly, but the whole side of that condo there is going to be lined with retail. So far they're mostly all empty, but once they open it up, it should be quite interesting. Right here. This condo is called Aquilina, and all along the park there's retail spaces. So hopefully we're going to get some nice coffee shops or restaurants or maybe a bar or something like that, like a bar restaurant type thing. I would think in this neighborhood, which is a fairly expensive neighborhood, that the restaurants are going to be sort of like middle class, upscale kind of places. But then again, right across the road, you have another condo there called Monde, and I was expecting high-end restaurants in that one because that's a pretty expensive condo, and so far it's kind of underwhelming. Here we are walking through the splash pad ice rink, but because of COVID, everything is closed down, so there's no water features open. Like right here, you have the water channel. There's a water, sort of like waterfalls, water feature, and it's been closed down now. This is the second year because of COVID. They don't want to attract too many people to one area. So there is a restaurant going to be opening up soon, right here. They are hiring, but as you can see, there's all empty storefronts here. This is the Aquilina condo. I think it's by Tridel. People are already living in this building. It's occupied. Most of the other ones are still under construction. During the summertime, people sit along here, put their feet in the water. The water runs out to Lake Ontario. You see George Brown College in the background, as well as the skyline of Toronto, downtown Toronto. You're very close to the downtown. You're in the downtown core, really, in this neighborhood. This is just the east part of downtown Toronto. You're close to the Distillery District, the West Donlands, in that area. So here we are continuing along the Waterfront Promenade, heading east.
These are the ones I was trying to replace, but couldn't because of the mask.
As you can see, there's empty spaces in this condo facing the water, so I hope it's going to be restaurants or a cafe, something of that type. Straight ahead you see, oh here it is, Water's Edge Promenade. And over here you see Aquabella at Bayside. Of course, another condo. The street here is Bonnie Castle, and that's going to be the main retail street in the waterfront, East Bayfront. It's lined with restaurants and stores on both. Well, it's lined with empty spaces right now on both sides. But it's going to be filled with, I don't know, stores, banks, who knows. In Toronto, unfortunately, a lot of condos end up being bank spaces and nail salons and dental offices, and they're quite a letdown from what you would expect. You don't see too many great stores opening up or interesting restaurants. But that can't last long, right? Because how many condos can you have with banks in it? Eventually they're going to have to start renting it out to restaurants and other kinds of businesses. So here we are walking along the promenade. Aqua Vista. Nice looking condo. I wish it wasn't gray. Would have been much better in white and black. Have some nice contrasts. And below there's a really big retail space. As you can see, this is it. This is the Aqua Vista retail space inside. I have no idea what they're doing with that. Looks like it could be a big marketplace maybe. This is a nice place to walk in the evening. When the weather was good, there was a lot of, well, before COVID, you would see a lot of people hanging out here and just enjoying the summer when this was built. This promenade is only a couple of years old. The trees have grown really quickly. They do very well here. You got another park coming up here on the side. I think it's called Aiken Place. So all these new districts always, there's always parkland developed too, which is nice. There's the park there, Aiken Place. And right there you have Aquabella at Bayside Condos. Brand new building. It's not finished yet. and it's a fairly expensive. It's a very expensive condo actually. It starts at 2.6 million up to 6.4 million. So these are all $1 million condos in this neighborhood. You got to have some serious cash to afford an apartment here. And they all sell pretty well. They're all basically sold out. Toronto is also developing the old Portlands. So you're going to have another huge area right after this district when you're walking east. And across the water you have the Toronto Islands. You have Center Island, Hamlin's Point, and Ward's Island. And you got the Leslie Street Spit, a nice big nature preserve. Good place to walk. So in this area you have Aquabella at Bayside. And beside that there's going to be another one going in called Aqualuna. And that one sells for $1.8 million to $8.8 million to buy a condo. Even the condo fees are expensive. It's like $2,695 condo fees a month. So that you are going to need some serious income to be able to buy a condo, one of these condo towers. They're all going to be lined with retail. So, I mean, it'd be funny to see a McDonald's in a condo that sells for $8 million. Hopefully they're going to have something a little bit nicer. So now we are heading back west, taking another look at the neighborhood, condos. I think these are all Tridel condos. Aqualuna, Aquavista, they got a thing for Aqua. We know it's by the water, but I guess they want to make sure everybody knows. And there is Mound in the distance, which to me is my favorite condo, I think, out of the whole collection, although they aren't finished yet. The design for Aqualuna is actually quite nice. If they build it the way the pictures look, it's going to be quite nice. As you can see, all the retail is still empty. But I think once people start moving in and the population goes up, things are going to turn around quickly. And also after COVID, of course. COVID's had a major impact. There's lots and lots of places that have closed. If you walk on major streets like Yonge Street or Queen Street, a whole lot of places have closed down, restaurants mainly. But once things get better again, they'll open up really quickly, I think. Because once people start coming out, going to bars, going to restaurants, going out shopping. All shopping is closed in Toronto. I can't say all shopping. All non-essentials. Restaurant stores are all closed. So you can't buy things like computers. You can only go to like Dollarama's open, food stores are open, I think hardware stores are open. Just essential kinds of needs. So as you can see, all the stores here are all empty, but they're going to be quite nice once they're open because they'll be all facing the water, facing the park rather, and the water channel. George Brown's going to be building a new building to their college. It's going to be a wooden structure. There's a number of office towers going in this area, so it's not just residential. It's going to also be people working in the area, going to the restaurants and stores. So hopefully, once all these office towers open and residents move into the condos, hopefully the population will be dense enough that they can keep a lot of restaurants and stores and stores and businesses profitable. We're walking through the park. Everybody's got a dog now. The amount of dogs in downtown Toronto have skyrocketed since COVID. I've been hearing things on the news about people are now giving back their dogs, which is kind of sad. Because things are opening up now, so now they're not going to be as lonely and they're not going to need dogs as much. But true dog lovers won't ever get rid of their dogs. Everywhere you go, there's new dog parks opening up because of the huge population of dogs in downtown Toronto. So now we are walking through Sherburne Common, one of the newer parks in the neighborhood. Right there's a skating rink and water pads, water play area, and washrooms on the side there. They're going to open a little cafe. There's an empty space in the gray building there for a cafe. So they're supposed to open a cafe there. Here it tells you about Sherburne Common. This is developed under the control of Waterfront Toronto. They planned the area. It used to be public land. So it's a city-owned organization or corporation, I think, and they plan it all and sell the land to developers and keep part of it too as parks. They're going to do some really nice stuff on, I think it's Parliament Street. They're going to put in possibly a swimming pool, and they're going to open up a wharf and some restaurants and stores and different kinds of things. There's going to be what else did I see? Like a seating area for concerts, live events. That'll be good. We need more things to liven up the area. My one gripe about the area is that I wish it was more tourist focused and also more fun. I wish there were more things like a concert hall or a major museum or a major like touristy fun kind of shopping center. A place that has not just stores but also like fun things to do, activities, amusements, water sort of themed activities. There's not a lot of that. There's going to be a little bit, but not as much as I would like. I would have preferred everything south of, where this is Queens Quay, everything south of Queens Quay be more like fun focused, and the condos on the north side. That's how I would have preferred it. Then you'd have more of a mix between residential and then also like commercial, entertainment, cultural kind of thing. I'd like a major museum on the waterfront. I think a waterfront should have something substantial, like a world-class museum, world-class art gallery, something that brings in the crowds. Here's the water feature. Unfortunately, no water's running down those fountains, or what do you call it, waterfall, because of COVID. And this is also lined with retail, as you can see. Some of the stores have opened. Here's one of the new stores. I can't say much about it because YouTube does not like people talking about what kind of store it is. But it's a store for leisure activities. Let's say that. Across the street, you got a bank. We have way too many banks opening up in condos. They take up way too much space. And over here, you got a restaurant. I was expecting something a bit more upscale, but it's a Popeyes. I have nothing against Popeyes. As a matter of fact, I like their chicken sandwich and things like that. So it's all good. But I was just expecting something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more tourist friendly too. I assume that this area of Toronto is going to have a lot of tourists once it's fully developed, because it is by the water and it's going, you know, it is a nice area, or going to be a nice area once it's finished. So now this is, I think it's designed by Moishe Safdie. The condo is called Moan, and it's a really nice condo. Another upscale, expensive condo, of course. Got a great design. And as you see, retail here. Right now it's mostly all this. We're back on Bonnycastle again. This is the north part of Bonnycastle. And this whole condo is lined with retail on both sides, actually. But this is the part that's facing Bonnycastle, which is going to be the main retail street in the area. I would imagine across the street there are going to also be condos lined with retail. So hopefully it'll be quite a animated area. I like the fact that they left this little walkway right through the middle of the condo, so it's more porous. People are able to move quickly through the area. It's nice and tall too. This is inside. They have a living wall, I think you'd call that. All greenery. And right beside the water feature, water channel, Sherburne Park. So this is, we're almost coming to the end of the video. Hopefully next summer all the water features will be open, the crowds will be back, and hopefully the restaurants in the area will also be open. So we'll have somewhere to just hang out, get a coffee or a meal, or go out drinking and just enjoy yourself, enjoy the waterfront. Population in this area is going to soar, because there are a number of condo developments that have not been started yet, but there's probably 3, 4, 5, 6, probably more than 12 condos that I can think of offhand that are going to be going up. I love the design of that condo. It's really well done. Right now we're also just south of St. Lawrence neighborhood. Once you go under the bridge there where the highway is, that's the Gardiner Expressway. Or rather, no, that's the railway. There's the Gardiner Expressway. So once you go under the Gardiner Expressway and the rail tracks, you get to the St. Lawrence neighborhood. The Esplanade is the first major street up there. And then you have Front Street and King Street. It's basically the neighborhood. And this area too is also developing. More condos are going up on Front Street. They're all going to be lined with retail too, so it should animate the area. But this is the end of our walk through East Bayfront, Toronto Central Waterfront. Checking out the first busy day, sort of busy, semi-busy day in the Toronto waterfront. Okay, we're done. Bye for now, YouTubers.